Well, we got some things to talk about and go over. We got a brand new time-gated exotic. Revision 0 is a new kinetic primary pulse. It has its own mission. It was pretty good. I like the visuals. This is week 1, so I do plan to track it all the way till its final form. Time's gonna tell, but my preliminary thoughts are that it's nice. It feels really good, and it's performing pretty well. I'm gonna go through how the exotic perk works and a lot more, and there's actually some crazy things that this thing can do, and you saw some of it. But with what it can get, it looks like it can be a beast. And as far as usage, I think that's solely going to go to your playstyle and if you're going to utilize the things that it has. That goes for PvE and the Crucible. Now in PvE, there's some things to consider there. I feel like I need to see the final form to give that opinion, and in the Crucible, it's also in a weird spot, but in a good way. I think it's better than most are going to give it credit for, but you have to consider how this meta has been shaken out and playing out. Revision 0 is in a good spot. It's craftable, it has some options. A lot of these aren't unlocked yet, but let's take a look. It takes barrels, mags, and stocks, which is nice. Like Hawkmoon got grips. This is a pulse. It gets some stocks. Keep that up, Bungie. It allows a third column perk, a trait, an exotic perk, and then a fourth column perk that's a catalyst. We have 2 firing modes, a 4 burst that's high stability, lower range, and then a 2 burst that's high range, lower stability, and that's special on its own. The only other long range 2 burst that we have is Graviton Lance. But this thing fires like almost double as fast as Graviton. Like, I'll get the TTK in a later video. The aggressive 4 burst is a .73, and that beats a lot of weapons in the game, and you got a lot of range, 38 to 40 meters to do that. The 2 burst mode probably isn't too far off because that fire rate, like in that 0.8, 0.85 area. That 2 burst mode just feels amazing. Both modes do. Very clean feeling weapon. The exotic perk is Hunter's Trace. This has intrinsic anti-barrier. Precision hits grant targeting data, and a long press reload is going to swap to an alternate scope, loading in high damage rounds, which is basically a sniper. It's on a hit system, so there's a bar on the screen, has 4 quarters. Each quarter represents a sniper bullet, so you fill up all 4, you get 4 bullets. It takes 12 hits to fill up a quarter, so in the 4 burst mode, for the 12 bullets, that's 3 full bursts. The 2 burst mode, for 12, that is 6 total bursts. Need to be crits. So the 4 burst mode is always going to be faster than the 2 burst mode. Now let's talk about this sniper. What's pretty cool here, PvP wise, you do your hits, and this thing is like a hybrid of multiple exotics that we've seen. We have a Hawkmoon hit system, we have a Terabot bar filling up, and then like a Vex alternate firing mode. We got anti-barrier rounds coming out, like the bullets are red. An insane weapon here. But at the Crucible, you do your hits, and out of nowhere, you can swap in that scope and land a snipe. It feels so good to do that. You have that utility. And in this mode, it takes very little flinch. You're gonna miss, yes, but you're also gonna land. It does take some work to get there. And that's what makes me kind of okay with this. You're gonna have one shot the majority of the time. There's a lot of times I've found that I'm almost to that second bullet, but I'm in like a prime position to just load in the sniper shot and take the shot. So I do. And also here, you saw in the opening, when you switch to that sniper mode, the reticle doesn't change, like it stays in pulse. And this thing in sniper or pulse mode is just really good from the hip. In a pinch, you could throw a shot from the hip in sniper mode, or try to line it up as you saw. It's not 100%, but it feels good. And it's something that we've never seen. I'm having a blast with it. It's craftable, and right now, I do recommend that you get it to rank 7 and grab ricochet rounds for the Crucible. That's what I have in all the gameplay. And the first thing that we see is Hunter's Trace. That's the exotic perk. But we have Trace 2, 3, 4. That's going to open up as we unlock the quest as the weeks go on. And as you see, Trace 2, barrels, 3, traits, 4, stocks. We currently have Corkscrew, and it has options like Arrowhead and all the ones that we know. Mag, we have Ricochet for PvP. That's what I would do. And for PvE, I would go armor-piercing rounds. And I'm not going to really fully comment on PvE or PvP, really. I mean, in the Crucible, it feels really good. PvE has things like Monarch, Arbalist, but this thing could double up if possible. Maybe there's Sniper Overload. Maybe this will work on that. In theory, it might be able to double up. For the traits, we have Moving Target, which is great. We have Eye of the Storm, Perpetual Motion, Elemental Capacitor, Slickjaw, and Vorpal. And out of these, PvE, Vorpal, PvP, Eye, or Perpetual Motion, or Moving Target. You know, it's really tough. Like, I'm not really going to have anything final, because we need to see the min-max with these perks, and then adding in the barrel, the mag, the stock. And then we have the Catalyst. So Feeding Frenzy and Outlaw will be good, because after the sniper shot, you shoot your shot out, you're going to have to reload to get back into pulse mode. So Outlaw would be huge, especially in the Crucible. And from what I've played with, like Under Pressure seems like it would be great on the 2 burst mode. So there's a lot of ways where certain perks can help the different modes. And in PvE, it's looking like 4 times a charm Vorpal. Exotics get the full 20% with Vorpal, and it's an exotic, so it does more to red bars. And I would like to see what happens with 4 sniper bullets and 4 times a charm. There's a lot to wait and see about this thing. As it stands right now, the 2 burst averages about 5.5 meters more than the 4 burst. The 4 burst mode is hitting with the rolls that we have at about 38 meters, the 2 burst at 43.5. And all that's going to change when we start getting everything unlocked, because it looks like this thing can get max range or max stability. Then we have things like perpetual motion helping those stats. So this video, again, just early thoughts, little overview. And each week, I think I'm going to put out a video talking about what got unlocked, where it sits, and where the stats are going. But first impression, very sticky, very nice feeling in both modes. The 2 burst is like extremely accurate. It feels great to shoot. The sniper mode is amazing. PvE wise, it's all primary ammo for that sniper, so that's a perk about this whole thing. I would like to know what you think though. I think it's looking pretty crazy. If you're new here, remember to hit the subscribe button, and if you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support. Let's talk about Revision 0 down below. How are you feeling about it? Thank you for watching, and until the next one, I am CoolGuy.